自国家地震局的最新消息，今天14点28分，四川汶川县发生7.6级地震，具体位置在成都附近温江西北55公里，北纬31度，东经103.4度。从我们刚刚从各种渠道得到的消息，重庆、湖南、湖北、山西、陕西、河北、北京等地都有震感。有关地震的最新消息，我们现在连线重庆电视台的记者苟海东。苟海东。
哎，你好，
你好，给我们介绍一下相关的情况。
这样的，今天下午大概是2点30分。
多少幸福被抢夺，
多少生活在一瞬间被埋没，
一切变沉默，泪光在眼眶闪烁，
尘埃沾满了失落的轮廓。不必说。 还有我，
未来就是崎岖，也会陪你过。一个你，
一个我，扛起不需要脆弱，前面越走一定会越宽阔。
还有我，谁都会有恐惧，面对黑暗的角落。We are the world， 为了你我在。 也不躲 We are the world， 我要你重活原来的生活，
给你了这一辈子的承诺。
大家知道，5月四川大地震是全世界中国人比较关心的那个事情，所以。 我们作为在海外的加拿大人，在多伦多的中国人，我们就想，因为我们是记者，我们就觉得这个中国这么大的灾难，我们作为在多伦多的记者能做点什么？我们以前在2008年水爆的时候，我们记者协会就做过一个筹款的活动，在很短的时间，大概1个月不到，筹到2万块加币，捐给中国红十字会。 送到水爆灾区。这一次我们有一点想法就不一样，就是说我们作为前线记者，大家其实都想去采访，因为这是一个世纪大灾难。OK， 作为前线的记者，你能够到现场去采访报道这个事情，是一个第一是难得的机会，也是人生难得的经验。OK， 所以我们基本概念的说，这是四川大地震，我们记者协会一定要做点什么事情。我们一是筹款，一是去采访。后来我们的理事会研究，我觉得说我们记者本身对于筹款能力不是很高，也相信估计有其他的华人社团他们会做同样的事情，所以我们觉得说，如果把所有人把资源都放在同一个项目上。 可能就没有那么好，所以我们一开始我就把那个筹款的那个概念先剔除了，然后就在想，第一个想法就是说，到底我们协会有没有经费送记者去，把地震当地的第一手情况回到加拿大，向华语也好，向主要媒体我们报告这个事情，所以我们就成了方向。 因为我们协会是非牟利的，我们没钱的，所以我们就想到要筹款。当时我的概念是出来就是说，我们可能大概如果去10天8天，每人大概可能要5000块。所以我们另外如果你去采访，我们希望有2个记者去，他们能够互相照应，所以我们就把那个目标就准备筹1万块，送2个记者去到当地做一个采访。 然后把信息带回多伦多，带回加拿大。所以那个时候我们就把那个筹款的那个目标放在是筹款送2个记者去中国采访。过程其实非常不顺利，因为第一我们考虑的那个事情是5月20地震当天，我们513里面有这个建议说筹钱去送记者去中国采访。 当我们有这个决定，说我们协会决定要筹款送2个记者去中国的时候， 我们就考虑到当时的情况，说我们怎么筹到这笔钱。当时因为是地震刚发生几天，地震发生第2天已经有团体出来说，我们社区要筹款送到灾区去救灾赈灾。所以那个时候我们考虑到说有几个方面，就说如果那个时候要筹款送记者去，可能有一个不好的反响，所以大家都筹钱送灾区去赈灾的时候，你就筹钱送记者去。送记者去，当时有很多相反的意见，他们说，第一，灾区灾情那么严重，安全有问题，送记者去，记者的安全怎么敲定？第二，就是灾区已经封锁了，能不能进去？第三是说，灾区现在的主要的任务就是说，要救人、赈灾。我们把记者送过去，会不会给当地救灾的工作人成负担？这是几个我们受到的反响。但是我们理事会那个意见也比较坚定的说，其实这个大事，这个国际大灾难，全世界华人都有兴趣知道，包括主流媒体。我们送记者去应该是一个可行的方法。好了，那么但是在筹款的过程我们有点困难，就说我们先从内部去捐款，我们在华语媒体里面、记者圈里面去通过报这些 sales 去筹款，反应非常好，就是说1-2天呢我们筹了800块，但是800块跟1万块的距离是一个很大的距离，所以我们那个时候说灾情越来越严重，如果我们要花半年时间、1年时间才筹到钱去，那就没意思。所以我们就把这个筹款的决定设置大概我们两个礼拜左右。如果说灾区发生2个礼拜左右，如果不能筹到钱，整个计划会取消。好，后来我们就一直没有进展，就是说进来800、100、1000左右，还是上不去。到有一期机会，我们采访一个四川赈灾委员会一个记者会活动，我们就跟我们协会会长、副会长庞连坚，我说反正我们也录了很多赈灾委员会他们的呼吁，说要大家捐钱赈灾。那个拍了1-2天放在网上播出的时候，刚好有一个庞连坚的朋友，也是本地的一个公司的负责人，他就是万博扎集团的那个邓岳文，他刚好他看到这个录像，也他认识咱庞连坚，他就马上给庞连坚打电话说他要支持这个活动，所以他就主动捐1万块，所以他们机构就说你1万块下定下来，我们整个计划就可以进行了。好，就是这个事情其实非常多谢他，也多谢邓岳文他们那个机构。另外还有说我们其实信息，我们这个事情回到就是说，其实在社区是很多有心人，有时就是说一个正面信息能不能传达出去。所以那1000万钱到位的时候，我们就马上进行了。那就是说，我们要选到底派哪些记者去，另外也通知中联馆我们有这个活动，因为之前我们整个活动推行时间我们没有跟中联馆去沟通，因为那个时候大家知道就是说四川地震赈灾，中联馆也忙得很厉害了。如果我们把一个不一定能实现的计划跟他们讲，第一会浪费他们的时间，第二说如果计划做不了，对我们协会的信誉有影响因为我们不是空讲，是要实打实的做出来的，讲出来的事情，希望他能够成功。好了，那么钱到位的时候，我们就通知中联馆有这个想法，还有就是说我们要开始招募那个记者，但是我缺了一点，就是说我派2个记者去，当时是为什么要2个记者？就是希望他们之间可以互相交易。另外还有一点就是说，我们希望2个记者一个是华文传媒，一个是主流媒体。主流媒体我讲是英语媒体。整个构思就是说，我们中国媒体的记者大部分中国人，他们对中国有一定程度的认识。主流媒体、英文媒体，他们不一定有这种时间，有这种 resources 去中国。 所以我们就有这个构思，主要是说一个第一次华文媒体跟主流媒体那个先结合的活动，另外是也让主流媒体能够有机会在中国了解一些中国现况，这是整个构思。这个构思送到中领馆去，他们开始的时候有点犹豫，但是因为之前也发生很多事情，就说比如说在国际方面，他们对中国有一点点是说负面的那种报道影响，所以开会研究过说，其实中国改革开放，很多人很多现象是你不去中国你是了解不到。像我今年4月份我举一个中国团到中国4个城市访问，给我眼界大开，因为那个改革就是现在中国那个进展发展情况是比10年前20年前绝对不同。好，那么中领馆同意，就是说我们这个团可以申请就是办活动，那么我们就开始报名。报名的时候非常高兴，就说我们的报名的有从多伦多来的报名，有 Montreal 的，有蒙特利亚的，也有 Vancouver 的，所以这3个加拿大大城市都有人来报名这个。我们大概有13个报名，包括主流媒体跟华文媒体。后来里面也包括有是比较年轻的记者，比如说20来岁，他们在四川工作过，教过书，也有是资深的记者。我们在考虑选人选的时候，我们就觉得说，到底选一个资深的记者去啊，还是让一个年轻有 potential 的去做了？因为我相信他们能报名的，他们对自己的体力跟那个什么能力都有一定程度的，所以基本上我们对他每个人的资历都认同，只是到底怎么选。在实验里面竞争的时候，我们就想了一个比较特别的方法，为公平，我们就选那个抽签的方法，就约了一个电台直播的时候，在他们电台直播节目里面公开抽签，这个就选了在 Montreal 工作的那个叫胡宪，他是在7天 News 里面工作的，这个事情我们就是说，一个是多伦多的那个主流媒体的电视台的记者，女的。还有一个是Montreal 的也是女记者，是7天周报的那个。当这个消息出去以后呢，其实我们有第3个记者也一起去，这个是就是来自多伦多太阳报的。其实说一个记者单独去，他们觉得成效不大。当他知道我们有这个 delegation 这个记者团去，他们就参加了。所以那个当名单敲定了，我就马上送到中领馆，他们也很快就 process 签证下来，马上订机票，我们就刚好赶得在6月11号就离开多伦多，送他们去Sichuan，就是说能筹了1万块，送2个记者去，他们消息回来以后就转发。后来我们就觉得我们能不能做好一点，我们就在我们媒体协会里面几个理事成立一个编辑部，编辑部里面有大概4、5个成员，是专门跟这3个在前线的记者每天 email 沟通，长途电话沟通，就把每天他们回来的信息，他们通过 email 把照片跟文章送过来，我们就在那转发。开始的时候他们到了中国是那个通信有点问题，第一两天有一点问题，就说他们internet 不通，速度很慢，他们照片传不了，因为一张照片传5、6个小时，断线。这一次这个团能够成型，除了中领馆的大力协作以后，我们也找到中新社在多伦多的办事处，他们同意作为我们中国的接待方，通知四川的分社接待我们这个团，所以签证很快下来。另外还有一个就是刚好有个多伦多演员叫杨闪奇，他是来自四川的，那时候他也回到四川去帮忙，所以我们这个记者团就找到杨闪奇作为我们的导游跟联系，把这个杨闪奇的作用对他们以后实践采访做了有很大的作用。比如说因为四川灾区里面他们已经是一个封锁区了，他们 到四川第一个是跟省级申请一个省的记者证，才能进到灾区去。但是到了每一个省的记者证搞定了，到这个市的时候，原来也要市的许可证，所以那个人手就跟他们打到电话跟他联系。另外还有比如说你想到医院去做采访，医院也是比较一个高度保密的地方，就是说安全问题。医院也有另外一个通行证，结果他们是挂了满身的通行证才能去采访。但是开始的时候，他们两个主流媒体的记者有点意见，就说我们你知道在西方国家，记者基本上是能叫威武皇帝，就是说基本上什么地方可以去，大家不会楼拦你。申请证件比较麻烦一点，但是你想到说，因为这个麻烦，你才能觉得这期采访的机会是一个难得的机会。如果谁都可以去，那就你就没这个意思了。所以有时候事情跟两方面去看。他们每天早上8点钟起来，吃早点就去采访，晚上到8、9点钟吃完晚饭以后就在写稿、上传，到1、2点钟才睡觉，明天又去。基本上他们工作就是差不多17、8个小时一天的。好了，文章传了以后，我们后来就觉得说，因为7天的记者是中国记者，他回来文章马上我们就转发就行了。但是两个主要媒体记者，他们的文章是英语，我们就分两部分，他们英语呢，他们主流媒体那个文章，我们就发给华为媒体，也发给加拿大的主流媒体。另外，我们就因为整个预算能够做了一点点，我们就也请了2个翻译，就说他们帮忙，就说把他们的英语的那个文章转成中文，也发给华文媒体，就形成就是说整个那个报道是3个记者的报道，不是1个记者的报道。这样我为什么这样做？我觉得每个记者他采访的角度、观点不一样。OK， 我们也希望我们华文读者能够看一看西方媒体他们采访赈灾、地川灾难的角度，他们的写的方法。这事情我们就，他们是晚上10点就跟我们沟通，我们早上10点钟那10点到12点，我们那个编辑部就工作，就跟他们常有电话、跟 email 那种。开始他们有一点烦恼，我们已经很忙在写稿，也跟通电话。我就说，第一，我们要知道我们信息，保持沟通；另外，我们希望知道他们，比如说健康情况啊，有没有困难啊，我们需不需要有些帮忙，我们这里做一点东西啊。好，结果效果非常好。整个那个采访是10天 ，OK， 他们就回来以后，我们就是很大的素材，就说我们既然有文章，有图片。我们协会就在，因为整个筹款我们也非常顺利的，我大概筹到12000块，12000块。另外记者他们也非常省钱，所以基本上他们这钱省下来，就是说有一点钱，我们就觉得我们应该出版一个特刊，就发给我们这里的华文媒体。另外还有一点就是说，我们也把他们的录像上传到一个在美国的叫 thenewsmarket.com。那个网站主要是让全世界的媒体工作者，他们去拿录像的资料，做他们的 story。他们上去以后1、2天，马上全世界的记者，他们就有反响，去拿他录像。我也收到一个 email 是从欧洲来的，他说他对于地震这个素材很有兴趣，希望我们提供一些协作。好，我们就觉得比较高兴的那种。那个Global TV 的女记者回来以后。他就做了5个2分钟的专辑，在他们的黄金时间，就是下午6点钟的 news 里面，每天礼拜1到礼拜5做了连续5次关于地震的报道。大家参与这个活动的，比如说包括说我们编辑人员啊，找拉赞助的那个理事啊，还有去的记者，我们就觉得这次活动非常有意义。所以我提倡搞这次。送记者去灾区做采访，其实有一点遗憾就是说我作为协会的会长，我不能筹钱自己去，所以我只能够说我有参与，但是就没有机会去，这是有一点点说遗憾。
多少人，多少幸福被抢夺，
多少生活在一瞬间被埋没，
一切变沉默，泪光在眼眶闪烁，
尘埃沾满了失落的轮廓。不必说，你们背后还有我，
未来就是崎岖也会陪你过。一个你，
一个我，扛起不需要脆弱，前面越走一定会越宽阔。
还有我，谁都会有恐惧面对黑暗的角落。We are the world， 为了你我再苦也不躲。We are the world， 我要你重活原来的
约定了这一辈子的承诺，
我要你重活原来的生活，认定了这一辈子的承诺。
It's been 7 weeks now since the earthquake hit China, killing tens of thousands, leaving countless others hurt or homeless.
And while some continue to mourn the loss of loved ones, others are celebrating stories of survival. Global's Christina Stevens is the only GTA television reporter to visit the region. Tonight she brings us part 1 of her special reports, which includes a Toronto connection to the quake victims.
Almost daily, 41-year-old Hong Zhu makes the long, lonely walk to the gates of Sichuan. Thousands were killed here. It's now known as the Dead City. He can't go in. Instead, Zhu looks from a distance to where his daughter, son, mother, and sister all died, buried somewhere under the rocks and mud. But out of the rubble also emerged stories of survival that seem to defy logic. One is that of 66-year-old Yi Kun-chong. He was working in nearby Wenchuan, the epicenter, when there was a horrible noise. He says the ground shook and separated. It sounded like the mountains exploded. He wasn't far off. Major landslides closed off any access to where he and his co-workers huddled.
I just think, where's my father?
In Toronto, Zhang's son waited for days, knowing only that his father was missing, with a vague idea where.
Actually, some people gave up, and like another people, because after almost 5 days, we don't have any news. No people came out from there.
An injured Zhang says they refused to wait for death, burying the bodies they found to prevent disease and rationing rice. He took pictures and kept a diary on his cell phone, not knowing if he'd ever be able to tell the story himself.
Rocks like this have posed a challenge for rescue and recovery workers to get into the area. And the problem is the danger's not over yet. With continuing rainfall, there are still plenty of fresh landslides with more rocks like this.
But the soldiers persisted, finding them after a week, then carrying Zhang to safety. He says he wept and called his son.
That's best news I heard. Very, very, very happy for this.
He's headed to China for a reunion with his dad. Both know their story is rare, and not far from their minds are others, like Zhu. He continues his pilgrimage to his former home, knowing there'd be no miracle tales of survival for his family.
Talking to Zhu, you could still very much see in his eyes, he's still in shock. The story far from over. In fact, for many, just beginning. We're just getting into a new stage of recovery and rescuing, finding people homes to live in. And so we're going to have a lot more stories about that this week in Toronto Connections. People who have actually volunteered, left their homes and families here, gone over there to help. Also, where your money is going. A lot of people here have made a lot of donations, so we'll look at exactly where the money is going, how it's being spent, and who is helping.
All right, great answers to some good questions. Thanks very much, Christina.
Torontonians opened their hearts and their wallets. Across Canada, the Red Cross alone collected over $17 million from private donations. Global's Christina Stevens has just returned from Sichuan, China, where she saw firsthand who your money is helping.
Despair. Weeks after the quake hit, this grandmother has reached her breaking point. 60-year-old Ren Changzhu sobs. They have rice and clean water, but no fire. Torrential rain has soaked the wood. They haven't eaten in 2 days. With over 5 million people still homeless, it's nearly impossible to make sure everyone's coping. The Red Cross tries to fill these gaps. Supplying clean water is a priority. As is shelter. At Chengdu Airport, the Red Cross receives about 5,000 tents daily.
The need is still massive after an earthquake at such scope.
After unloading them, volunteers will follow these tents as they're distributed, making sure every single one gets to a family in need. It's just one part of a huge undertaking, and Ontarian Yunhan Zhang is in charge of the international effort here. She says she's exhausted, but they're just beginning a new stage.
We are shifting at this moment from relief to early recovery.
That means things like hygiene. Here, village children learn about proper hand washing. When asked about the help, Zhao Zhugang becomes emotional, saying it means a lot that the international community cares.
Everything is gone. No, nothing left.
But he says with everyone focused on China, it's like the whole world is one family.
The Canadian public has made a very real difference here. Canada's Red Cross Society says they received more donations than almost any other country in the world, second only to the United States.
Ontarians alone donated about $7 million. Gang says the aid will allow him to go on and study traditional Chinese medicine so he can help too. The need to give back is a common thread here. While we spoke with Xu, strangers came by to hear her story. One promised to return with meals for the entire village. We left the family with the food we had, realizing it was just one certain meal in a place where tomorrow is still full of uncertainty.
You saw just a little bit of the wreckage there, and in total, it's mind-boggling. To give you an idea of the scope, it would be like driving along the 401 from Toronto all the way to Kingston. We're seeing houses on both sides destroyed, one after the other, so it's just overwhelming when you're actually there.
And it breaks your heart to see the pictures of the people crying, that child in particular, and it's one thing to see it on the news, but it's something else to actually witness it in person. You've been there. Take us over there. How are they coping?
It's not easy. I mean, in a word, there's just so much going on. I mean, you saw in a few shots how people did appear to be coping okay. The children seemed to be laughing and playing, but you just mentioned the word earthquake. Suddenly, everything changes in an instant. The trauma for the survivors is enormous. So tomorrow, actually, we're meeting a man from Toronto who went over there to try and address that, to try and help with some of the emotional scars, now that people have already been addressing the physical needs.
We'll watch that part tomorrow. Thanks, Christina.
Global's Christina Stevens continues her special series on efforts to rebuild in China. Tonight she focuses on the psychological toll on the men, women, and children who survived the stunning tragedy.
These children appear to have adjusted to a new normal, which includes studying and living in tents. But every one of them has been touched by death. When the earthquake hit, 14-year-old Yisu says his teacher ushered them out of school. As he looked back, the school collapsed. Terrified, he ran a full kilometer home to his parents. His mother was gone, dead. Su says he remembers how she always told him to study more. As hard as it is to talk about, he seems relieved someone's listening. Toronto Dr. Joseph Lau says he's here to do exactly that. Listen.
For most children, they need people there to compare with them, and they feel very lonely.
He says he volunteered to come here because now that the immediate physical injuries have been treated, the emotional ones need to be addressed. Post-traumatic stress and depression are already evident. 3-year-old Xing Liu cries silently. Her mother says before the quake she was a bubbly chatterbox. But for weeks she hasn't spoken. Then the day before we met her, she uttered a single word, calling for her mother. What the survivors have been through is hard for even a professional to comprehend.
Even you saw the 10,000 pictures, but when you came here, it's totally different.
He says children's emotional well-being is the most important of all, because here families' focus is on their kids. So if the children are happy, the entire family is.
On the surface, it seems hearts and minds have mended. But simply saying the word earthquake can change a face instantly. There's so much to deal with, losing loved ones, homes, and entire villages. Sue says he can still hear his mother's voice, telling him to study harder. So he does, knowing she would have been proud.
It's really hard to comprehend that Sue's mother is just one of over 69,000 people who died after the quake. Another number that's frankly hard to fathom is those who are missing. About 19,000 people have yet to be accounted for. To give you a bit of perspective, that would be about the same as the capacity of the ACC. So fill up Air Canada Centre, boom, all those people just disappear. That's how many are missing still.
Unbelievable. We are learning a lot through this series, Christina. It's one thing, though, for us to watch that, to see children crying, to hear people's stories, but if you can't explain for us, what's it like to be there firsthand? You know, you're watching parents wipe away tears, you're hearing kids cry.
It is. It's very difficult, and there are so many other sensations. There's the smell of the chemicals in the air that they've sprayed to prevent disease. There's the dust in the air. Now, just imagine if it's with a personal connection. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. We have the story of a Toronto woman who helped raise money here and then went to the area where she grew up, and she sees firsthand the destruction, and we'll see it through her eyes.
All right. Thanks, Christina. Nearly 7 weeks after it happened, it is abundantly clear that China will never be the same.
The death toll was unimaginable and the destruction was staggering. Tonight, we continue our special series, China Rebuilds, with the story of one Toronto woman's emotional journey home as seen through her own eyes. Here's Global's Christina Stevens.
Construction workers in Jiang is despondent. He was trapped in the rubble for 26 hours with 2 friends. They both died and his crushed legs had to be amputated. 54-year-old Sherry Yang offers him words of encouragement, frustrated she can't do more. Yet as an organizer of relief efforts in Toronto, she helped raise $500,000. Now touring the countryside, she says it's clear how much that means to survivors. And it's not just about money.
It's really like our heart it show up. Our love is really make things, make the help.
She stops frequently to comfort children and listen to their stories. She's sometimes overwhelmed.
Sorry, I'm a little bit emotional.
And it's not just the people. Yang knows exactly how things used to look.
It's hard to comprehend the level of devastation without actually being here. Many things are simply unrecognizable. This used to be a gate to a trolley behind me.
Undeterred, we head within 50 kilometers of the epicenter, to where it's believed the Tao religion began. The Tao master herself greets Yang. She tells her the earthquake was a test, that China and indeed the world passed. Then we find an historic mountaintop temple listing at a 25-degree angle. Not important, says the master, it's just a building. Finally, Yang stops at a 1,000-year-old bridge. Her late father, an artist, painted the letters in the middle. It's unscathed.
That's why I feel so emotional, and also I feel proud of this city.
She sees the bridge as a symbol of the people's strength.
And talk about dedicated, as we mentioned, Sherry's 54, and to get to that one temple, we hiked over 2 hours up the mountain to see the damage. It was, however, a huge privilege. We were the first foreign journalists to be allowed there to what's considered to be one of the top spiritual and historic sites in China.
Christina, what about rebuilding? There's so many things that need to be done. What can be achieved?
Well, it kind of depends on who you ask at the moment. The Chinese government has announced ambitious plans that would see some areas rebuilt by 2010. But for most affected communities, that certainly seems like a far-off dream. So tomorrow, we're looking at the next step, how some people have started to rebuild themselves, and what one Toronto man is doing to help. That's tomorrow.
It's always good to see people from our city helping out. And amazing to see things that have been around for 1,000 years. Destroyed by nature.
And as the Tao master said, though, that's just a building. It's the people that's important, so that was a great perspective to get.
And we'll see more of that tomorrow. Thanks, Christina.
Where more than a month after an earthquake decimated buildings and lives, survivors are now beginning to look to the future.
And that is a huge task when you consider family members are still missing and homes and businesses are beyond repair. On her journey to China, Global's Christina Stevens discovered that even when there's nothing left on the ground, there's always hope.
In the mountain town of Xinxing, repairs are underway. But some things are beyond repair. No one will move back here. The couple was crushed. Across the street, it took a few minutes for 10-year-old Su Yupong to find where his house stood. He's pretty sure this was the spot. He says without a home, he's uncomfortable and sad.
People here are dealing with even more than the loss of their homes. They're not getting any break. As soon as you get to the earthquake zone, you can smell the chemicals that have been sprayed to prevent disease, and the air is thick with dust. It gets in your eyes and at times makes it hard to breathe.
And with families torn apart, some have lost the will to rebuild. That'll take time and support.
We need more people, more resources coming here.
Toronto psychiatrist Xian Hu says studies suggest at least 3 years will be needed to treat the emotional well-being of survivors. So he volunteered to help coordinate an international effort.
We need to rebuild the confidence, rebuild let the children smile, and that's the number one thing.
Slowly, signs of recovery are emerging. A hair salon under tarps does a brisk business. The government has promised an aggressive rebuilding schedule. And this quake survivor named her newborn Zhen Yang, which means earthquake sunshine. One day she says she'll tell him he was born after the earthquake so many died in, so he will be strong and brave. High expectations, but perhaps that's what's needed here. Speaking with maturity beyond his years, Pong says his family will overcome the earthquake and rebuild their house. It appears their story unfolds at our feet, where a flower blooms, emerging strong from the rubble where his home once stood.
Pong and his family are living in a tent, but the Chinese government is working on getting families like his into temporary housing over the next few weeks, especially before it gets too hot, where living in a tent would be really uncomfortable.
You've brought us such a great series all week long, Christina. We've really enjoyed it. Of all the stories that you have done, you're back home now. What impressions stay with you?
Oh, well, it was pretty overwhelming, and just the devastation, how it went on and on. But basically, I was left with a real sense of strength and generosity. We went and met people who are living in tents. They have lost quite literally everything, and they're still offering us lunch as we go by. And also, I was worried that they would feel like we were intruding. Why were we there? Instead, it was completely the opposite. They were very thankful that we were there, thinking, wow, Canadians care about what's happening here. So that was great.
It's so great when we can take a big international story like this, bring it home, and show what our city is doing. Thanks so much, Christina.
Thank you.
But Mother Nature isn't always so spectacular. Her power sometimes is simply overwhelming. Almost 2 months after China was rocked by a massive 7.9 magnitude earthquake, 5 million people are still homeless. For many, though, the crushed buildings pale in comparison to the emotional wounds. As Christina Stevens explains, Canadian volunteers hope to bring some strength to the broken.
Quake survivor Din Chun Wang has named her newborn Zhen Yang. It translates to earthquake sunshine. Wang says he's proof that even after a disaster, there's light. Across the earthquake zone in Sichuan, China, are signs of healing. But for every story of recovery, there are new traumas. This grandmother has hit her breaking point. They have rice and clean water, but no fire. Torrential rain has soaked the wood. They haven't eaten in 2 days. And for children, smiles turn to tears with just the mention of the word earthquake. Hoping to help them, 2 Canadian psychiatrists volunteered to come here.
Most of them lost their parents, lost a relative, and even like a small friend.
They say the best way to help is to listen.
We not talk too much. We just let them feel somebody helps them, somebody loves them.
3-year-old Xin Yi Lu cries silently. So traumatized by the quake, she was unable to make a sound for weeks, until just the day before we met her. She called out for her mother, another sign of life slowly returning to normal.
After the grief and despair, even here, the memorial for high school students killed in the quake, there is a sense of growing determination.
Those here say it means a lot that the international community is helping. Canadians have donated more to Red Cross efforts than almost any other country in the world, second only to the United States.
It's really like our heart, it show up. Our love.
Zhen Yang's mother says one day she will tell him he was born just after the earthquake which killed so many. So he'll be brave and strong, a survivor. Christina Stevens, Global News.